welcome back to the Thrash Metal Production channel here at YouTube, and of course I'm finally here with some reviews. And of course the reviews is basically a discography review for the band Blood Feast. And it's all due to the fact that they are going to be releasing their fourth album, at least here in the US, because it's already been released I think all Europe. Of course their new album of course is titled The Future State of Wicked. And of course it will be dropped, at least here in the US, on April 21st, according to Amazon. Since Amazon has it for pre-order, the album. So before I get to that album, it's definitely to where it prompted me to review their albums. So let's definitely not waste any more time. Of course, I am here focusing on their debut full-length album, which is titled Kill for Pleasure. Now, before I even get to the to the music that's presented on the album, let's definitely get to the history behind Blood Feast. Now, Blood Feast were formed in 1985 under the original name Bloodlust, to where they released a demo in 1985, to where it ended up getting attention through Metal Forces magazines, to where it also ended up getting attention for Anne Boleyn, who was putting her own record label titled New Renaissance Records. Of course, she was also the singer for her own band, Hellion. Now, of course, she was going to feature Bloodlust in her debut compilation album titled Speed Metal Hell Volume 1. But before she could even, she ended up getting a call from the Los Angeles, California band Bloodlust, who of course was calling her to threaten any other band that was going to be named Bloodlust. So this of course had Blood Feast to change their name to the name Blood Feast. So with that, they have of course got a record deal contract with New Renaissance Records, so they could record their first full-length album, which of course is Kill for Pleasure. But before they could ever release the Kill for Pleasure album, which was going to be distributed through Green World distribution, Green World ended up getting all slapped with a lawsuit over the release of Dead Kennedy's Frickin' Christ. And the controversy was all over the poster that was featured in the original pressings for Dead Kennedy's Frickin' Christ, which the poster was H.R. Geiger's penis landscape piece. Now, if you ever take a look at that poster, you can definitely tell from over the controversy over it. Of course, landed the whole Dead Kennedys and everything into court, because it was all over the scare or whatever of getting the records in the hands of minors. But due to that whole controversy, it definitely halted the release for Blood Feast's Kill for Pleasure. But of course, when it finally did, ended up getting released later on, I think early of 1987. It of course still definitely gained, some attention of fans and everything. Of course, people who were following the band, or even some new ones who ended up picking up the album. The album pretty much it's a very rough recording. New Renaissance Records were definitely known for not having the greatest production values of all. It's very, independent sounding and everything. But I think that's what benefited the album. You don't listen to thrash whatever for, perfect production whatever back then, and many people just listen to it for just the attitude. You don't listen to punk and listen for pristine production. You don't listen to black metal for fucking pristine production. If you did listen to fucking black metal for pristine production, you'd probably be listening to fucking Demi Borger or whatever. But with this album, this is of course, this is just a very raw album. Of course, these guys were also I think we're also pretty much an influence also on the death metal sound. Of course, this is definitely almost proto-death metal. Of course, you might consider this more death thrash than anything, but that's because of just the whole overall attitude and everything of this. And of course of singer Gary Markovich, who's just guttural and very manic in his approach. And everyone, it's just a complete, fast, it's very raw, it's aggressive. And even the themes for it is, of course, very horror-esque. Very much all horror and everything, all, inspired by those late 60s, 70s horror films. Like maybe even like the whole Hammer horror stuff as well. Just full of that within the lyrics, but the music, everything, just from tracks such as Menacing Thunder, Kill for Pleasure, which is the title track, Cannibal, Vampire, Suicide Mission, Venomous Death, The Evil, Dark Side, R.I.P., of course, even the hidden track, which is a re-recorded version of Bloodlust. I wouldn't be the last time that would be re-recorded. Everything here. Youthful energy. It's sloppy, but it has a charm to it, and with the production and everything, it gives the album its charm. There's nothing really bad about it. It's thrashy, it's raw, but it's everything that I think that's what's great about some of the underground stuff from the 1980s, especially for when it came to such a already growing subgenre that is, of course, death metal. Of course, this album, to me, it definitely also kind of, it definitely links itself to the progression, to the whole, the journey of such that genre that would end up being, I guess you could say, personified by bands such as Morbid Angel Death and Deicide and shit like that would come out in the Florida scene and, in Sweden and shit like that. Yeah. Of course, to me, they're also, I kind of get a little bit of a grindcore, feel off of it, because of not just the production, but even from the bass player here, which I think is Lou Starita, I think, or I could be wrong on that. No, I am definitely not wrong. His bass sound, Lou Starita's bass sound on this album is very fuzzy, which to me, I can't help but compare the bass sound to like Repulsion's first album, or maybe at times maybe a little bit, maybe Pump Death maybe, but it's just that buzzsaw bass sound that I kind of would characterize with like grindcore and shit like that. It's just real, and I guess it also adds another extra rawness to, and more character to the album. Yeah, it's just a classic for me, though. It's a classic album. Just a great debut album from Blood Feast. So there you have it. Of course, after that, due to the album already being released, so I guess earlier, the band had already had some new stuff written to where it would lead to them releasing their EP on the same year of 1987, and that would be the next review. So, you probably know what that should be if you are familiar with Blood Feast. So, with that, if you definitely have some thoughts, some memories of the sound, whatever, you can definitely post your comments down below. So, until then, this is Heavy Thrasher singing. I'll be back again soon. Again.